Thought supreme being, supreme light. I manifest the knowledge for wisdom to shine bright. How you think you see the moon unless in the sun bright? Women claim independence, you can never dim the light. The day's math is understanding, I'm about to get them right. The contrast to its astral take fight. The only thing you really missing is understanding the fight. Supreme, supreme. Starring each sage and weed, I'm about to take speed and enter me, mastering 55 degrees. The deity, higher in fire and cold water, into samadhi. You could never know my body. Bars. Naga.
Didn't think I was gonna do it again, but here it go. Returning them bomb bars into the supreme flow. Respect, I only move for divineness. My center point and circle can't follow the line in. I manifest supreme being, embodiment, connected to the stars. Light points be my history. Manifest and bringing back everything that's meant for me. My infantry. You don't really know who on my spirit team. I keep it me. Move through the air like the smoking head. Pick it out, let it go. Black fist in the afro. I'm on a horse, Geronimo, shooting a bunch of arrows on top of every pyramid. Repping just like the pharaohs. I'm repping everything new, I stand in Heru. I'm repping everything new, I stand in Heru. I freed the ibis, so got the bird's eye view. I freed the ibis and got the bird's eye view. Respect. Naga.
Boss, bench press, you get your size up. Daddy always wanna know really what's up inside us. Don't get it twisted, I'll break it. Size is your mouths. I'ma stay king boss, I promise. Try it.
Supreme evening. I am Naga. And I wanted to bring a quick little I ain't gonna stay on long. I'm just gonna drop a little quick piece of knowledge that I was getting while I was chilling and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like a question, you know what I'm saying, that hit me. It was like, why people don't fight for what was naturally given. Like, you'll go through so much in life, right? And then you'll fight for what you change into, but you ain't gonna fight for the individual you was before all this shit happened. Like, all this stuff happens to you, and then you start fighting for that individual. Like, you just throw away the reason you fighting. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy because it's this anime. I always refer to this anime because it's dope about some of the presets in it and why it exists, right? So like this anime, this Fanimation I'm watching with it's a Dragon Ball Z Fanimation, but it's Vegito. So it speaks to like dude got to get revenge because the gods set him on emotion. You know what I'm saying? Like, so he going to kill all gods because the gods be disrespecting mortals or whatever, right? And they destroyed his families and everything. Like, so they got to go back and get that smoke. But it's the point, right? Like, so they change into this whole great being and they like forget that who they was before they started all this, you know what I'm saying? And it's like they ultimately agree to say we gonna be this being while they bring in this negative being, and then ultimately they end up bringing back Lucifer, you know what I'm saying? So when they brought back Lucifer in one of the bodies, he ended up getting killed. You know what I'm saying? But the story's still going on. But ultimately, it's like they level of sacrifice they was willing to do to get revenge, right? So they had threw away their mortality. They threw away their innocence to get revenge. And that's basically what it was, what the story was saying. So you think about it and you like, damn, yo, you know, some people, you know what I'm saying, like they throw away their innocence and their mortality for revenge or to win, you know what I'm saying? And don't understand that they doing that by all costs, you know what I'm saying? And don't even know what it looked like to grow their innocence. You don't even know what your innocence would have looked like if you grew up without going through all the issues, you know what I'm saying? But you see people fighting for the level of things that they gain to protect themselves. That shows you ain't put the faith in the divine to help you be protected. That's where all the rah come from. That's where people be like, yo, I'm this, I can do this, I can do that. That's where that come from. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just a piece you're supposed to be dealing with while you in life. It don't matter what circumstance you're dealing with or what you're going through. It's a piece you're supposed to be dealing with. And that piece speaks to you having the faith or trusting in the fact of your existence. Every time we find a way to simultaneously involve our flesh, we find a way to be active towards those values. You know what I'm saying? When in fact, it's not what you do, it's the less you do. And you know, that's different for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Some people been on a different side of the fence coming in, so they had to do other things to aggress the value of their spiritual understanding. And that's particularly what it is. Using the right science to gain the strength you need in the values of what's different or indifference to your value of balance. You know what I'm saying? So me personally, I always been a person that would run in head first, like a ram, you know what I'm saying? Boom. And right in head first. You know what I'm saying? Like that changed over years because I learned about that. I learned what that was. You know what I'm saying? So ultimately I started protecting my head, started protecting my light. Instead of saying, you know what, I'm about to just go ahead and do XYZ. Nah, I think about shit first. And when I was young, I didn't have guidance. That spoke to those values. So I had to become my own guidance. What are you guiding yourself towards if you ain't guiding yourself to walk the right direction that's beneficial for you and conducive for society? Those are your two things. That's how you're gonna get in the world and make anything happen. Some people they come in the world like sharks and pit bulls, Doberman pinchers. They want to tear shit up and take. The people got a lane too, but they also got a karma. They got a consequence they got to pay. And it's sad ultimately, but you can't save nobody from their thoughts. I had to save the world. You know what I'm saying? OG put a post out, and that shit hit me right. OG put a post out. You know, and you can't save the world because people gonna do what they do, and that's correct 1,000. So majority of the time when I try to do posts or if I'm doing a live, I try to remember to say this ain't for everybody. It's for people who really want to gravitate to it because I know I'm going to garner attention from a lot of different people who feel particular ways about their life. You know, maybe ultimately, if you can set aside your ways of thinking, you might hear something, but that's sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't looking for nobody to do nothing astronomical. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't looking for you to actually change overnight. It would be a dope thing to see people rise right in the right way, but the balance ain't gonna never be like that. It's like for every one good individual that held their inner scent, it's like 100,000 to match the value. So your weight is heavy. You know what I'm saying? Like the light of the feather. You know what I'm saying? Like it takes a whole bunch to match your value. Not even in their best day, they gonna come towards that understanding. They still gonna deal in some particular value or detriment. It's gonna break down the value. Like I said, I ain't come to talk to y'all for a long time. I just want you to think about something. Why people don't fight for yours? Like why you don't fight for what you came in here as? You know what I'm saying? What's wrong with that? Like it's like throw away the baby with the bathwater. You know what I'm saying? Like what's that in the bucket? Soap water. You see something around there kicking around, throw it out. Okay, wait, what's in it? There's Tommy in there. All right, I'm gonna throw everything. Threw the water out with baby Tommy in the bucket. Everything gone. Where the baby? I throw it out. Just saying, yo. Should be crazy, man. You know what I mean? Because you come in here as something. That and see, that's like you like babies, right? You like kids. You like looking at your children, right? You like seeing your cousins and shit, your family's people. Like they innocent when they little. You want them to grow up like that. You know what I'm saying? You want them to grow up in that way and be the same person that they choose that they came here as. You know what I'm saying? So you give them the option to be their self. You know what I'm saying? You give them the option to explore the value of what they are, and you encourage those things. When you see them coming, you give them the energy, you give them the light. Oh, that's this. Oh, that's that. You play the role. That's what you're supposed to do. No more, no less. You just play the role of allowing them to flow. So as they little rivers flow, you watch the little miracles happen in their happiness, and then get a chance to get them to keep that until they get to a certain age, the way they can learn how to keep it for themselves. That's the real job we supposed to be doing individually. You know what I'm saying? But you know, the world going its own direction. You know what I'm saying? The world doing what it's supposed to do. You know, you got to have that division in order to have the understanding of who can really guide these things in the right direction for its true fortuitive growth. Everybody always got something to say. That don't mean that shit is heard, you know what I'm saying? And then if it's heard loud enough to certain people who got something to say, majority of the time, if you can crack their eggshell, then you cracked it. You know what I'm saying? That's because it was able to be cracked. You know what I'm saying? Some shells you can't just crack like that, no matter how hard you hit it. You hit it all you want, you be mad. Like, we didn't crack it. Nope. Sure didn't. I'm just saying, yo. You ain't gonna fight for yours. What you fighting for? Like, that must be that addiction. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy because you think like, because think about it, like it's crazy, right? People think when they get into the negative aspect of destroying things, they really feel inside of themselves they're solidified in their action. I'm about to show you something. I'm about to show you something. They threw away everything about them, right? And they got high off doing something that didn't come with them. And that high that they on, now they fighting for that. So now they stuck working for somebody forever. And they think it's them. They really think the negative shit is them. Nah, you ain't come in the world like that. You came in the world innocent. You know what I'm saying? So you picked up something else, and now you stuck working for that particular frequency forever, despite how you look at anything. Like you're being controlled no matter what. Like that should bother the shit out. Like I can't do nothing but be mean. Where that should come from, yo? Like you wasn't like that when you came here. Like why you like that now? Just saying. And why you still held on to it? Like why you picked it up? You the one picked it up. It's like stepping in shit. Like, everybody's sitting down like, yo, I smell doo doo. You smell doo doo? Ain't me. Man, check your shoes. Ain't my shoes. And somebody got a big clog of doodle in their shoe, and you like, yeah, it was you the whole time. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just that simple. Like, why wouldn't you fight for yours, yo? Like, how come I don't like? I can't concept that reality. Like, I be ready to get back to being my own comfortable space or situation. You know what I'm saying? Regardless what it is, I want to get back to that at all times. Like, outside of being comfortable of who you are, you already got to deal with putting yourself in different situations of society. So why wouldn't that be your safe space? Like why wouldn't that be what you come back to, your original space of who you are? You know what I'm saying? Like, let me check the messages real quick. Greetings, Queen, greetings. Appreciate you for coming through. You know what I'm saying? Like, why wouldn't you want to fight for what you are? Like, people go through a whole lifetime. You know what I'm saying? Your whole lifetime, and you add on all these things that happen to you. And then you come into the world and you tell everybody about what happened to you. And not none of those times do you say to yourself, you know what? I'm looking to rebuild or looking to uncover my original self from everything that happened to me because that's what the divine sent me here as. How are you a divine light warrior and you haven't found yourself? And I ain't talking about the self that you want to be. I'm talking about the natural self you are, not the self you're trying to prove to the world, your natural self. The self that had dreams, the kid that liked different toys, the kid that whatever, and go back to see what that would be in your mind if it grew by itself without all the inflictions, without all the immorality, without all the mistakes, without all the non-caring, without all the father not being there, the mother not being there. Like what would have happened for you? How would you have been if it happened right? And then when you become an adult, you get a chance to look at yourself in these ways and find out how to love yourself correctly. Like, why wouldn't you want to do that instead of going to the world saying, oh, I've been this happened to me. I'm going to do this. We're going to fight for everything that's fake. It's like you addicted to something that got you so high that you just can't let go of that shit. That's what crackheads do. You know what I'm saying? I heard crackheads say they married to the drugs. They'll never let, that's their husband. That's their wife. They'll fight for that. You ain't gonna make them let that go until they're ready to let that go. That's what that reminds me of when I see people make decisions out of character. I'm like, damn, you really choose to walk that direction. Like you ain't intelligent enough to know that you are picking up a frequency that didn't come with you from birth, but you're gonna fight for that frequency until you die. You're gonna say that you negative. You're gonna say that you against whatever gender you're supposed to be. You're going to say that you against whatever race. You're going to say all these things knowing that when you came on this earth, You didn't have none of those thought patterns, stuff that added on to you. So where in some level of intelligence do you go back to think about that and say, damn, you know what? I didn't think that until this came to me. Like, where does your strength really come in when you're trying to remold and rebuild who you are as an individual? Because everybody talking about they fixing something, but you ain't talking about what you fixing. You trying to hammer a nail on this shit that came with all the bullshit you came with. Like, yeah, you went through time and you carried all this shit with you. So you didn't learn to peel the banana back, take off all the skin yet? Or you still carrying that stuff? That means you time traveling. You try to go through the past into the future at the same time. That's why you can't sit in the moment. See, these questions, the real questions, if you ask yourself, they start posing a difference to the understanding of how you live your reality. But you ain't gonna really look at this because self-work is harder than actually telling somebody that they ain't doing the self-work. So you rather take the easy road. I'm gonna go over and just tell people how weak they are as far as what, and I'm gonna tell them what I think they need to do. How you gonna do that? You ain't even bring what divine gave you out of you yet. People don't remember you. They know you because this shit you went through that you impressioned on everybody. That's your world. That's the things that went through. That's the past. So automatically, most people is trying to time travel too because they can't get past the baby or that light that they covered up too. So they're gonna make you time travel because they're gonna say, remember this, remember that. Nobody don't give a shit. You gotta be the progenitor of what you want to dig out of all that. You gotta go back and you gotta be the one that remembers the innocent. You go back and you go get that. That's yours. How you not fighting for that? Because literally you gotta shake with all the stuff you've been through. You gotta go through that. You gotta come. Now you already went through it. You have it as a memory. Now you up here strong enough to understand that you carrying that. So now you take the fact that you carrying that, instead of going forward, you turn around because you can now. And you go back and you discern through all of that. You understand, you comprehend, you understand everything that happened. Even if you face some of these people, you handle in a particular ways to show the value wasn't strong enough to break you because of who you are. And you move past all that and you go back and you get that one memory before these things was happening and you talk to that individual there. It's a meditation now. Watch you respond to you. You're going to go into that space, it's going to break you. You're going to cry. You're going to wail. You're going to be like, oh man, you're going to cry in a way you ain't never cried. Because you're going to get a chance to embrace yourself. Respect, queen, respect. You're going to get a chance to embrace yourself. That's where the true knowledge really starts, because now you ain't just looking at the baby version of you, you looking at the possibilities of what you create. And you're going to learn at that moment, once you embrace yourself, what you got to create. That's protecting the light. Watch how it changes to the value of what you got. Watch how more poised you be to the decisions you make around what you have that you're trying to create, whether that's an idea or your children or your relationships. Watch how you move different, because you're going to have a whole new understanding on how to protect yourself. You're going to remember all those things that you might have allowed to happen because you was inadequate. You was a child. Nobody was there to protect you. Now you can protect yourself by moving correctly. This is true assessment of self. This is true self-awareness. Understanding certain people you might have went or been around growing up through your life, y'all energy was volatile when y'all mixed with each other, but you just always happened to run into them. They was in your society. But you couldn't just remove your energy from them because you didn't understand that. But you understand it now, though. You understand all that now, though. So why not go back and look at those particular energies again? So therefore you recreate your value of how you live in the day, structuring what would have happened for that kid all over itself. You still the kid now, you just in a bigger body. Go back to that peace. That's what you lacking, right? What peace is better than the peace of a child? When a child is in his right space and they just happy, quiet, calm, peaceful. That's divine. Why wouldn't you want to go get that? That's yours. How you ain't gonna fight for that? But you will fight for everything you've became. What Tony did to you, what the job did to you, what your best friend, how they stabbed you in the back, and what Your uncle might, like, I'm serious, yo. Like, what? Like, how do you hold on to all that when the greatest gift was given to you by divine and you don't fight for that? You die right now, them 21 grams leave your body, your chest sinking. That light go out of you. Transmuted energy. Now it's on to where it gotta go. So what other purpose in life is more important than the fact of when it does take place, when I'm here, that same light is what's shining out of me. That's what allows me to be attracted to whatever value in existence. What allows me to like things. I'm looking at something, I see it, I put my light on it, now I want it. Same difference. That light leads you, that light leave your life. You can't do that no more. Can't do it no more. It's not even a thought pattern. So that makes you look at life differently. Like, am I really wasting my time on the things I'm doing because I'm not growing the light that's inside of me? I'm not growing this expectancy. I'm not putting this energy into this light. I'm not protecting it so it can glow right. I'm letting it out every chance I get. I'm trying to be seen. I want attention. I'm wasting my body energy. I'm eating the wrong things. I'm listening to the wrong things. I'm being a part of the wrong. I'm responding to the wrong things. I'm angry more majority of the time. I'm angry around people. I'm angry around youth. The energy I put out is starting to be death. I start killing things that come out of my body. I don't want it. I take more control over my life than I ever have, and I start destroying the best gift given to me to make all these decisions. Out of all your control and your independence, you destroy the main gift that was given to you so you can do this. We can have 1,000,001 conversations about the pyramids, about this person from this time, giants, angels. What any of this matters if you're not protecting the reason you can do this shit? What does any of this matter? This person over here doing this, about to go to prison. These people got killed because they want to be a part of this new hip-hop song, this new outfit, this new government race, this new crazy-ass rapper, this new crazy-ass podcaster. What does any of this shit matter if you're not protecting the only energy that allows you to do this? Please support the stream. Because you know what? Somebody going to tell you in a few minutes it's in the cards. They're going to tell you a horoscope mean this. This horoscope doing this and gaining that. Well, on this Bible page, it says this in this scripture. Over here, it says this what you need to do for these people. Matter of fact, we not even that. We this culture over here. Nah, they taking this from us. This is what every single channel has everything going on in the world. No one is caring about what allows you to do so. It's glowing in your face. You pay for it as a bill. If you're too tired, you don't make no moves. You eat food to grow it. Sometimes you eat the wrong food and don't even know it just to get through. You waste it for some people that don't really serve you. It's like the little secret that nobody wants to pay attention to. But then when you die, you watch that shit come out your body and you sink in. Piss and shit on yourself. They take your body and throw it in the dirt. People cry like, oh my God. And then the next thing somebody say, oh, you ain't do nothing for them while they was here. No, you didn't do what you should have did for your life while you was here. This is the light life. This is the light life. You protecting the light. I know what happened till you hurt. We all been through something. I had to go dig through the dirt to find me so I can make me healthy so then I can understand what I'm really fighting for. What you think health is? What is wealth to you? If you was given the ultimate profit. The ultimate profit is a gift from the divine. And I'm standing here right now. Ain't you existing right now? On a 7-2-2-2-2-3. Right now existing in this time of 2-2-3. Look how the world going. We in completion. That means we filling up with divine energy in this space. Are you accepting this understanding? Because you got the time, despite what's been told to you, about history, slavery, the richest person, the poorest person, the dark ages, the gold ages, despite all that shit, right now, you got time to focus on you. If you choose to. All the temptation in the planet right in front of you. Everything else more important. If you don't see another twerk tomorrow, I'm lying. You don't see 10 booties popping in the next 30 minutes, I'm lying. You don't see some dude trying to be this or be that. You don't catch some foreigner trying to sell you this or sell you that. Somebody wants you over here or wants you over there. Somebody telling you about this that's best for your life. If it ain't something always in your face, I don't give a damn if it's good or bad. The energy's the same on both sides of the coin. The only thing that matters is what's given to you. That's been given to you by the divine. We love the divine so much. Are you protecting what the divine gave you? I tell you, I ain't gonna make this a long message, man. I ain't want to come in and talk forever. But I know Divine was telling me something, man. He was like, and I was just looking into space. And look, it's nice and warm out. I was looking in the skies. I see like the clouds. And I'm looking in the skies and Divine, like, everybody got something to say, but they ain't saying nothing about what I gave them. That's how I received it. Like, you got to be doing something else. You got to go somewhere to enjoy what was given to you. You got to have an amount of something to enjoy what was given to you. You can't find pleasure in connecting with someone's light and just reveling in that connection in itself. When the last time you had unconditional love for just somebody's thought pattern? Have you ever expressed that love and feeling to someone just because you could? Not because you was gaining sexual activity off it, not because you was gaining a profit off it, not because you was gaining a friendship or none of that. You just showed them unconditional love at that moment because you could. They felt so good because how you loved them, they thought you liked them, but you're like, nah, it's just how we supposed to treat us, our actual real connection, our communication barrier between us as a culture. That's how we supposed to move. Try that out and see how it feels. You're going to start seeing people that don't understand what this is. But it's going to make you and them feel so good. It's going to be a whole nother energy. It's okay to love. Stop telling people love gets you killed. That's for a sick person. Yeah, love will get me killed if I'm dealing with somebody who's fighting against it. But why would I want to do that? I got discernment, so I keep to myself first. I love me. Divine gave me life. He gave you life. Gave everybody life. I love you got life because I can look at your light, not you, which tears down the walls of the visual. When I start seeing just the light, I don't see what you got. I see what you are. And it garners a different level of respect. It garners a different level of care because it's truly how you would protect your overall life, not what you came with. That's different. That's almost like somebody tripping and falling, you flinching because you're like, oh shit. And you want to catch them. You really cared that much. Your body reacted by itself. Oh my God, I got you. For a baby, you'll do that. For a phone, you would do it. Before you do it for somebody that look like you. You will laugh at somebody fall in the street, though. Drop that phone, or you become Neo in the Matrix. You're going to catch that. If it's a drink, oh my God. Your outfit about to get messed up. Yeah. You'll fight for inanimate shit, but you won't fight for the light. But then you turn around and still pray for divine to help you get out of situations that ain't got nothing to do with the light. You start talking about shit that ain't got nothing to do with the light. You start saying divine gonna give you things that ain't got nothing to do with the light. Everybody got a direction to tell you how divine gonna do stuff. This what divine gonna do. This what divine gonna do. Everybody know, like, you got a direct line to divine. Like, divine ain't already give you the ultimate gift. Gave you the ultimate gift to exist and experience life. He didn't say you had to be controlled. He didn't say you was going to be the best nor the worst. He gave you the ultimate gift to exist. It ain't about what you do, it's how you do it. It ain't about what happened, it's how you handle it. And that's always going to be the cardinal rules of existence, the naturality or order of things. Yeah, that lion ate you. Why'd you go into the lion's territory? Ain't about what you did, it's how you did it. Yeah, you grew a lot of good fruits where you probably planted them around elephant shit and they grew good. You got enough harvest off of that to where you left some for the animals and you brought some back for the tribe. You did a good thing. These understandings and naturality of things, they manifest into ways we live into the cities today. We live into society. It don't go no farther than that. We impression the value of what we want more when impression came. So when they impressed you, you started settling for the value of what you thought you needed. This is called depravity. So now they deprived you of something you never had by showing you it was more of a value. So then you took on that same characteristic and treated your people with that understanding like they wasn't a value. And when you do these things, you walk away from the natural way things should feel and how they should be with you in any other circumstance. So how you gonna say you're gonna make this work when in fact you threw it away, not understanding what you was throwing away? Throw the baby out with the bathwater. Nah, you got to go back and understand that first and connect to that first. Go back to the baby and go back to that little. You could be 4 years old when you remember. You could have been 3. You could have been 5. The last pure thought when you was just floating in your existence. Go to that time. Have a conversation with that individual. Watch that individual respond to you. I promise you, the little version of you got a lot to say to you right now. I promise you, yo. Make sure you got time for yourself to do this where you ain't got no distractions. I promise you, you're going to be like, you know what? I never knew. It's going to touch a part of you you never, ever, ever knew you can be touched in. This is real. This is real in motion. In motion. Emotion. The E was an I. The E came later. We talking about syllables. So they notice when they change up the verbalization of how we speak and use words, why you call it spelling. Your spell is, you have to break the spell of how you particularly understand these things. You got to break the spell of how you understand these things. You're in motion. That's why you're emotional. You know what I'm saying? So you go in motion to yourself. Watch what you feel different when you really go inside and find that little version of you in your universe that you left behind. Because the only thing you're worried about is on the outside of you right now. You have to appear a certain way to the world. And that's what gets you through. You even turn your face at people who don't appear right in these circumstances. So that's telling you everything about how you treat yourself. It's not about you ain't doing shit in the world because the world don't even matter. This is all an illusion. The only thing that mattered is the fact that divine gave me the in I sent, the innocence, the in I sent, the light he sent in for me to have life. The only thing that mattered. So I gotta look at the experiences of life and how it changed, because it changed so many times. It changed so many different times. That's what I know. It's always going to be change, and I'm witnessing this. But through all this change, can I keep the gift that was given to me by the Most High Creator? Not the Lord of the earth. Not religion. The Most High Creator of all things that allows me to visualize all the planets, all the celestial understanding, all the knowledge, be here in and out of existence. The creation of all, the creator of all things. Because we all got that light, no matter what filter it come from. So that depends on how you handle it yourself. It's going to always keep going back to that. I ain't going to keep bouncing around on it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to deliver understanding, because the more we fighting for something, the more you walking away from what you need to be focused on. And I can't fix the world. I'm not even trying to save the world. But I think you would feel real stupid if you didn't understand truly what you were supposed to be fighting for. And then when it came down to it, you'd be like, oh, wait a minute. I didn't know that's what it was. I think that pain is going to hurt worse. It's like, you know how you think you're doing something and everything else, and you thought that meant something else, but it had nothing to do with the actual. And then they be like, nah, that ain't got nothing to do with it, but this is your crime. You'd be like, what are you talking about? I ain't even, yeah, you didn't know, but that was default to you. That was like unbeknownst to you. You didn't know that action was garnering this. And if you knew that, despite whoever can speak as strong as they can over a podium, Despite how many thousands or hundreds of millions of years they talked about this particular aspect. Despite whatever culture said this, that, the third, first, for whatever they particular time, because time delegates agenda, which ain't got nothing to do with us right now in this space. You still look at the essence of what's going on in this moment, and you say, nobody don't care about the only thing that's given us. Nobody don't care on all sparks of life. You got people talking about transporting people over here. You got people over here stealing kids. You see what I'm saying? You got the government over here talking about this culture is better than this culture. You got people over here locking up and killing this culture. You got people doing this shit on TV to where TV didn't even have curse words at one time. Now they show you dead bodies happening like it's nothing. You couldn't catch a curse word on the radio station. Now everything got a FUBITCH and all that. It's normal now. So fast it took. So fast it took and changed. And nobody looking at all this. Wow, you are still holding the divine light. It's a lot of temptation to make you not focus on yourself. That's what I mean to be about the questions, yo. It don't be about what everybody looking at. I'm like, yo, it's as simple as that. Like, how this ain't important. Because the only time it's important is when you check out. Then everybody got something to say, because that's when the moment of reality hit. And it's still now, it's so confused, you can't even see that as a reality no more. You just be mad because they gone. You just hurt because they gone now. That's it. You don't even say, damn, the light gone. You say, so-and-so gone. My homie, the gangster, this, that, whatever it is, they gone. That's all you see. You don't even see the fact that the light left them. You call them whatever name you thought they was while they was existing. The energy that y'all made happen. You don't see the fact that was light making that energy. The negative, the positives. The reason why you was attracted to those values. It's the light. This is why people be so careless with individuals who move in particular ways, because they are learning to protect that light whether they know it or not. I'm just showing you what this shit looks like and what it really is. I wasn't even supposed to be up here this long. I was going to make it like 20 minutes. Let me get off this jack, yo. You know what I'm saying? I hope you understand what I'm talking about. I hope I help somebody. I am Naga. You know what I'm saying? Support the stream. I'm going to holler at y'all again later. Deuces.